Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look now at some stocks on the move in Europe. I'm Stephen Carroll with Tom Mackenzie, and we're joined by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Mele. Chloe, great to talk to you. Let's start with UBS then. Its future in Switzerland could be in doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. So UBS has reiterated its critique of Switzerland's plan to increase its capital requirements. It said that would really hurt competitiveness and that it would put its future in doubt. So there was reports that there was a willingness to compromise on both sides on those capital requirements. But then the CEO just said this morning that it is actually not discussing any compromise with the Swiss government. So the rhetoric from UBS here is quite strong because it's really trying to push back on what's estimated to be $26 billion in new capital demands. And it's previously said that it is looking at different options to potentially mitigate that impact. One of those options could be a potential move of the headquarters. So one of the main shareholders, Seven Capital, actually said that the bank had no other choice but to either leave Switzerland or be acquired by a competitor if the reforms are implemented as they are. The move is quite unlikely, and a more likely outcome would be that lawmakers actually dilute some of those proposals when they're debated in Parliament. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for UBS.
And in a very different space, Chloe, Asos saying its earnings will likely be lower, or at least at the lower end of expectations. Has there been a market reaction? What is underpinning that, and has the market reacted negatively?
It has reacted quite negatively to that, to Asos tempering those expectations this morning. So as you said, it said that full year earnings would be at the lower end of those expectations, that sales would actually be lower than expected. And that is because it is going through a turnaround plan that is taking a little bit longer than expected. There's been a lot of competition from Shein, of course, the Chinese fast fashion retailer, and then also the fact that there's been some marketing initiatives to kind of win back shoppers, to re-engage customers, but those have not really fed through into sales yet. So Asos has actually managed to solve its inventory problem, but some of those other actions have not fed through yet. And obviously that follows on from the update that we got from Next a couple of weeks ago, flagging lower sales because of a weakening UK economy. So this kind of UK retail sector is definitely something to keep in mind as well as the earnings start to roll through.
Yeah, shares down 9% in Asos this morning. Close Brothers then, the other end of the spectrum, a beat for them, but also a disposal of a key unit.
Yeah, quite a tough morning. So the shares were down this morning on the news of that disposal. So it is going to be exiting its vehicle hire business to try and boost profits. Close Brothers just came out on the other side of quite a long legal battle over motor finance, its motor finance business, and it recorded a £30 million impairment charge in relation to the disposal of that vehicle hire business, and it set aside another £33 million to implement a redress program for customers. There are potentially some brighter days ahead for Close Brothers despite this short-term hit to finances. It received a big boost from the UK Supreme Court last month in that lawsuit over car finance commissions, with a big reduction in the worst case amount that lenders are needing to pay out in compensation. And now some analysts are also saying that that decision to exit the vehicle hire business will provide the foundation for future growth, even though it's not great right now, but long term it could be quite positive for Close Brothers.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.